In this video I'm going to be exploring Roman Dorchester, and I begin this video in an Iron Age hill fort, and I can't even see Dorchester from here. The reason I'm standing in this Iron Age hill fort, which is Maumbury hill fort, is because there's a Roman aqueduct just down there somewhere. I'm hoping to get a little look at it, but yeah, in this video I want to take a look at some of the things you can see on the ground, Roman things here in Dorchester. Where I'm standing right now was the western defences of the town. In fact, the road down there, I think it's called the Grove, that used to be the ditch, part of the ditch that surrounded the town. So this was all heaped up by the Romans, and I was just walking up along here, and this wall here, I found out, there's a sign down there, it says this wall dates to the 17th century, so obviously much later. But when I was looking at it, when I was just walking past, because I like to notice these things, there is a bit of reused stonework here. Can you see that? That stone there is from something else. That's from a previous building that's been demolished sometime prior to the construction of this wall. Now, if this wall was 17th century, let's say this wall was put up in 1650, this dressed stone here would date to before 1650. So I wonder what it was. Anyway, there is an old Roman townhouse. In fact, it's the only one of its kind, the remains on show, visible here in the United Kingdom. It's the end of one of the Roman sarcophagus here, or sarcophagi. Apparently the roof tiles used up here to house this, the remains here, they're not original, but they're done in the style of Roman roof tiles. So that's a nice touch. Walking into this room here, this is where the, part of the hypercaust, and so obviously very hot and flames and the underfloor heating, but there's another one of the little child burials here, with the baby burials right there. So I found about 4 of them so far. Strange place to bury, right near the hypercaust. And that's it over there. That's part of the underfloor heating system. I haven't got that in my Airbnb. I've got a radiator. Apparently this here, this little alcove, what remains of it, would have been obviously much higher, but it would have been the place where the house deity was stored, a little statue. These were put in nearly 2,000 years ago. God, look at it. And you can touch them. I don't know about you, but this sort of thing just blows my mind. Here I am standing on the northern perimeter, the northern defences of the Roman town here in Dorchester. And down there was the ditch, beyond which was the native Britons, some of them whom lived here in the town. It wasn't all Romans and people from Europe and there, it was British people as well. But yeah, I just can't believe it. It's still here in the landscape. You can see it. This is the northern end of Roman Dorchester. Wow. You wouldn't happen to know where the Roman temple is, would you? No? No? That way is... oh, they're actually pointing in that direction. Found another place that's Roman here in the Dorchester area. This is the Romano-British temple. In the late Roman period, I believe, and here we are. Roman temple. And what's really amazing is that the temple looks out over the Roman town, which is Dorchester, which is just out. You can just see it out that way there. So apparently a priest lived up here, and where he lived I don't know. Maybe it was the little house a little bit further down there. But this is the main temple here. You can see the inner sanctum just there, and then like a hallway going around it. This would have all been covered, would have all been roofed. And I'm looking for the aqueduct now, and I think I can see part of it just down there. Go and have a look. Apparently the aqueduct, or part of it, is just down there near the railway line at the foot of this hill fort. So just moving on down from the hill fort, I wasn't sure if I was allowed down here. I still don't really know the rules about what land you can walk on in this country, but I talked to some lady up there and she said this land is fine, you can walk on it. I mean, it's an aqueduct, it's not like just a little channel. Maybe it was an elevated water channel. I don't know, there's a lot of earthworks here, but it might be related to that industrial stuff over there. I don't know, I'm no expert on stone tools or anything, but that's got quite a sharp edge all the way around. But it looks like it has been worked or maybe chipped off from some bigger thing. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Hello. Hello. Walking up this very narrow little laneway, a few cars, but I think it's okay. The aqueduct, according to the map, part of it is just over there. Well, that's it, just across the road, part of the Roman aqueduct. As you can see, I'm following the line of this part of the aqueduct. And in the distance, there's Maumbury. That's that new town development that Prince Charles, huge place, absolutely huge. Really dominates the skyline there, and it looks like there's more being built now. So that's the Roman aqueduct. Now I'm going to head back into Dorchester and check out Maumbury Rings. That was the site of originally a Neolithic henge. Later on it was adapted by the Romans to become an amphitheatre, and so that's where I'm off to next. Oh, there's a chicken. I'm standing on top of Maumbury Rings. This was originally a Neolithic henge around about 2800 BC, 2500 BC, and later on it was adapted for use as an amphitheatre by the Romans in the 1st and 2nd centuries AD. I think it's the biggest one in the UK, but one of the smallest in the Roman Empire. And what the Romans did was they built seating all around here. And whether they had gladiatorial shows, we don't know, there's no evidence for it. It may have been circuses and animal hunts and things like that. So this is really just the Romans adapting an existing British site for a whole new purpose. This was a sacred British site, and the Romans turned it into a spectacle, a place of entertainment. Later on, this place became the site of a fortification during the English Civil War. It was in the 1640s, and it was parliamentarians who occupied this site, and they made their own modifications as well, just like the Romans did. It seems as if the amphitheatre didn't last too long. It was maybe popular for about a century and then just fizzled out. So there we are, Roman Dorchester. But these are the things that you can go and visit. Wonderful. This in particular is amazing, just the fact that it changed hands and uses by different cultures so often. A Neolithic ritual site, an amphitheatre, and then an English Civil War garrison here. Oh, there's a chicken.